Small businesses around the country are bearing the economic brunt of the coronavirus pandemic. According to a recent U.S. Chamber of Commerce poll, only half of small businesses feel they are in good health, and that is down 7 points from last month. Meanwhile, 47% say they've had to rely heavily on the Paycheck Protection Program. The Gingered Peach Bakery is just one example of a struggling business. The quaint New Jersey bakery offers custom cakes and breakfast pastries, but since the shutdown, the store's owner has been forced to close normal operations. Joanne Canady-Brown is the owner of the Gingered Peach Bakery, and she joins me now from Lawrence Township in New Jersey. Hi, Joanne. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. First, can you tell us where your business stands financially since the pandemic began and how you have adapted to this new reality?
So, first of all, thank you for having me. The business, it could be worse, but it's not good. When you're working in the restaurant industry, so much of our work is done with really small margins. So creating these nest eggs to prepare for potential situations of this magnitude don't come that often. So we just responded in the sense of, okay, what we're going to do first is protect the employees' health, and we'll think about the business later. Once we made the decision to shut down, we then started working on what our plan was moving forward. I'm in a slightly different position because we've been saving and planning for our expansion because we've outgrown our space. And I had a small amount of money that was supposed to go towards that. So now that money is now being utilized to keep the Gingered Peach alive.
Oh, well, that's a shame that the money you'd saved to, grow your business is now being used just to keep it up and running. You recently applied for a PPP loan with your bank, but you say you never heard back from them. Were you able to get a PPP loan through other means?
Yeah, so after I didn't hear back from my bank, after the first round of funding, I reapplied again with my bank. And instead of waiting for that bank, because it's a large national bank, I decided to take a route that I thought would be more direct by going through a smaller lender, which also processes our credit cards for the store. And after applying through them, within 2 weeks, I heard back, and we actually just received the money for PPP, which is going to be critical for our comeback.
Oh, great. That's good news. And it's interesting what that says about a small community lender versus a large national bank. And so, Joanne, according to our latest CBS News poll, 88% of Americans believe Congress should pass more legislation to help small businesses, such as your own. How do you feel the federal government has responded to your needs? And what do you believe lawmakers should include in a future stimulus package?
Speaking more broadly, I think that the response from the federal government was very shaky in the beginning. And once again, we're in a position that we have not been in a very long time in this country, if at all. And I think that it was very shaky in the beginning. I think that there was a bit of a rush to try to help in whatever way they could without really understanding the intricacies of what goes into creating these bounce backs. From a broader perspective, what I would love to see happen in regards to future stimulus packages coming out and in regards to PPP in general is that we take a better look at the timeline of that. Right now saying, okay, the moment you get your funding, so the moment the money is transferred to your account, a timer starts and you have 8 weeks to spend that money. What you don't understand is that in certain places, like in the state of New Jersey, our businesses aren't allowed to act in their full capacity. So expecting that we can hire back 75% of our staff that quickly and spend the money that quickly, it's just not feasible. What I'd love to see happen is that we push the timeline out to 8-week timer starts when your business is allowed to return to its regular ways of operation. Speaking more narrowly, I would love to see a restaurant stabilization fund. The food service industry has been hammered by this. We have lost millions of jobs. I think that it's important to look at our industry the same way that we would look at airlines.
Those all seem to be very logical and practical suggestions. And so, Joanne, just to go back to what you were saying earlier, how you'd been saving for the last 5 years to expand your business, but now that money is essentially gone because you've had to use it for overhead, rent, and the rest of it. What are your plans now for the months ahead? Where do you realistically see your business a year from now? Are you starting a slow opening, some kind of soft opening soon?
Yes. So we are planning for an opening sometime in mid-June. I fortunately have been able to hire back about a quarter of my staff with the hopes that I will have the entire team back by the end of June, fingers crossed. What I see and what we're doing now is trying to reimagine who we are. That's the one thing that is being left out of this conversation. We're not acting in a supermarket capacity. We are restaurants and bakeries. We create places for people to come together. And right now, that's not safe. So we have to decide, who are we now? How are we there for our communities? How do we support them? How do we keep them safe? How do we protect our employees? So a lot of my time is going into, what do new logistic flows look like? Managing our supply chains. We're dealing with a meat shortage now. All our supply chain has been totally corrupted. It's re-envisioning everything about what we do. In a year from now, I would love to see our business get back to what we were when we had to shut down, but I doubt it will happen.
Well, Joanne Canady-Brown, we wish you the best of luck in getting your business up and running again, and even more, seeing it grow. So thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.